you don't provide real, actual value to people in exchange for the money that you're asking for in return, you will lose over time. It happens every time. You might be able to make some quick cash, but you will never win long term.
People are tied to their money. They won't even talk about it. How much money did you make last year? Can't tell you that. How many of you heard that before? Oh no, I don't talk about money, man. Never talk about money. Dude, you tell the IRS, why can't you tell me? You don't talk about money because you're ashamed of it. Or you got a problem with it. I'm gonna tell you, if you won't talk about money, you can't have money.
You don't start things and not finish them. You don't quit. There's nothing that comes out of quitting besides knowing that you didn't finish. We finish everything. You start it, finish it. If you're gonna do it to try and be the best. Not be better than other people, be the best for you.
Greatest people are self-managing. They don't need to be managed. Once they know what to do, they'll go figure out how to do it, and they don't need to be managed at all. What they need is a common vision, and that's what leadership is. What leadership is having a vision, being able to articulate that so the people around you can understand it, and getting a consensus on a common vision.
There's a concept that I don't want to be an icon. I want to be an idea. You know, I want to represent an idea. I want to represent possibilities. I want to represent magic, right? That you're in a universe and 2 + 2 = 4. 2 + 2 only equals 4 if you accept that 2 + 2 = 4. 2 + 2 is going to be what I want it to be, you know. And there's a redemptive power that making a choice has, you know, rather than feeling like you're at effect to all the things that are happening. Make a choice. Like, you just decide what it's going to be, who you're going to be, how you're going to do.
We know from our past experiences that big things start small. The biggest oak starts from an acorn, and you've got to recognize, if you want to do anything new, you've got to be willing to let that acorn grow into a little sapling and then finally into a small tree, and maybe one day it'll be a big business on its own.
And in fact, that's one of the mottos for one of your initiatives, and forgive my pronunciation in Latin, but gradatim ferociter. What does that mean to you?
Well, it means step by step ferociously, and it's the motto for Blue Origin, basically you can't skip steps. You have to put one foot in front of the other. Things take time. There are no shortcuts. And but you want to do those steps with, you know, passion and ferocity.
What you should do if you're feeling resentful about the nature of being or suffering too much for your own life, let's say, is straighten the damn thing out. Like, seriously, try it for a year even. Try it for a week. Try not doing the things you know you shouldn't do. Try not saying the things you know to be false. And just watch what happens. You might as well give it a shot.
People who do big things and you automatically say that guy's so lucky, she's so lucky. You don't know that. You're assuming that. Going to work every day for 20 years and grinding your ass off and then becoming a multi-millionaire, that's not luck. That's action and reaction. Quit using the word luck, quit believing in luck, and start believing in work. Start believing in results that come from your actions.
The Chinese farmer, you ever seen that?
No.
So he loses his horse, and everybody in the town comes over and they say, "Oh, well, that's terrible." And he's like, "Maybe." And then the next day, 7 wild horses come back, and they all come over and they say, "Oh, well, that's great." And he says, "Well, maybe." And the next day, his kid is taking out one of the wild horses and breaks his leg, and the whole town comes over and they say, "Oh, that's terrible now, isn't it?" He says, "Maybe." And the next day, the conscription officers come over and they're, taking people into the military to go fight, and they pass by his son because he's got a broken leg, and the whole town comes over and they say, "Oh, that's great now, isn't it?" He says, "Maybe." And the point of it is that you never really know if something is bad or good because you don't know how that's going to affect the rest of your life.
Even if you're put through the most horrible situations, Either you can come out using that experience as a better human being, or you can use the experience to become a horrible mess. So whenever something hurts you, there are two options. You can either become wounded or you can become wise. This is the choice. The more things hurt you early on in your life, the wiser you should have become, isn't it? But unfortunately, most people become wounded.
Saving money is stupid. It is ridiculous. The only thing that ever happens to people that save money is they end up losing it, it ends up getting lost, it ends up getting stolen, it ends up getting burnt, or it ends up going down in value. But it's never going to get bigger. You save money at the bank, it ain't getting bigger, period. Who does that benefit? We've all been told, save your money, save your money, save your money. Who does that really benefit?
It got worse. They go and they put the microphone in my dad's face. And they say, Mr. Pena, you must be very proud of your son. I said, I am, I'm very proud of him. But, when the shoe's about to hit the ground, he says, but my son is successful not because of me, but in spite of me. And kids, to the extent that you've got any success out of your lives, for the most of you, it's in spite of your parents, not because of them. Because love just don't get the fucking job done, contrary to what you've been taught.
Diversify your money. How many heard that before? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Dude, every rich person I know loaded up in one basket. Until they got so rich, they had to start buying other baskets because they owned one basket. And then they're like, I got too much in that basket. I can't even own any more